You guys, what's good? Got another video right here for y'all. So, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom will be coming out on the 12th of May. It's coming out very soon. Today's the 6th when this video is dropping, Saturday. So I'm excited for Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I seen some people saying, oh my gosh, it just looks like the same exact game, man. You guys, most game sequels look like the last game with some different variations or more stuff. God of War Ragnarok, hell, I guarantee Marvel Spider-Man 2 is going to probably play similar to the PS4 game. It's only a few games that take some drastic improvements. Let's look at Red Dead Redemption 2, for example. Mind you, that game came out years later after Red Dead Redemption in 2010, but we have to factor in it was a different console generation, and technology at the time was very different. So it makes sense a game like Red Dead 2 coming out so many years later needed to do something drastically different. And it improved on a lot of the stuff from the first game. A whole bunch of stuff. I've not played the game yet, but I am fine with what I'm seeing so far with Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. There's only two things I really want, but I already know one of them is not going to be changed like that. It appears it's going to be the same. But another thing that I hope did change is how they end the game. I love open world games. Final Fantasy 15, the Assassin's Creed games, Red Dead Redemption. I love Grand Theft Auto. I love open world games. I love the freedom. I love having the opportunity to jump into the world, and almost in a sense when there's really nothing else to do, you kind of got to use your imagination and role play a bit, make it immersive for yourself. That's why you see people doing GTA RP and stuff. Like, they're literally role playing and stuff. They're adding so much more to the game, and they're like literally role playing going to school. It may not be engaging, interesting, but that's the beauty of having an open world game. You can immerse yourself like that. With Zelda Breath of the Wild, I like the game, right? The only things I did not like was the whole weapon system, because you get some really badass fucking weapons and that shit just gets destroyed, and the only weapon you can literally keep is just your Master Sword, which is fine. You should be able to keep the Master Sword. Imagine if the Master Sword broke and you couldn't even use that shit again. That would have been fucked up. But I would prefer if they allow us to keep more weapons. Not saying you need to give me 10 weapons, just at least 5. I understand if you want to just let all the other shit get destroyed, but damn, all these dope weapons that just get destroyed after you use them. It's to test how resourceful you are, but I wasn't a huge fan of the weapon system. I felt that can be changed. It's clear that won't change in Tears of the Kingdom, but it's whatever. I made it work with the system. I can make it work again. It's annoying, but I can make it work again. But one thing I need to change for sure is the ending of how they handled these open world Zelda games. I did not like how Breath of the Wild ended, right? And not in terms of you defeating Calamity Ganon, right? It's the aftermath of when you defeat Calamity Ganon. I don't like open world games where they end and they just reset you back to a save point right before you defeat the main villain, so you can just fight them again. The way I like seeing open worlds progress, and I'm gonna give a prime example of this: Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2. Those ended in different cases where both your main characters died and then a different character took over and continued. But that progression of the open world is what I need. Those slight changes, variations, new different buildings and stuff. If you were seeing something built during your gameplay, and when you switch over to Jack Marston, it's a little bit different. When you switch over to John, things are slightly different because the world has changed. It's a progression. There's some growth. In Zelda Breath of the Wild, and I noticed a lot of Japanese open world games do this, Final Fantasy 15, there's literally no growth and progression. They just reset you back to the save point right before you fight the main villain, which is fine and all. You get to keep replaying the same fight over and over, but if that's the case, I can just restart the game and just play through the whole thing again and fully experience it, or just do what old games used to do. They allow you to replay boss battles, but for open world, you need to have a progression. Just imagine if GTA 5 came out today and then you beat the game, and then they reset it back to the final mission again. But with Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption, they allow you to replay the missions. You go into your menu and you replay the missions, but the open world still progresses as is, right? May not be stuff to do, but it continues after. In your side missions that you was already doing, they're still there. You just finish them up after you beat the villain. I hope for Tears of the Kingdom there is that, like, you actually get to see, you know, the Hyrule Castle being slightly rebuilt. Not saying the full thing needs to be rebuilt. Like, there's changes. That's all I hope for. I don't want to be reset back to a save point when I have to fight the villain again. I want to see some progression, kind of like Red Dead Redemption 2 or Red Dead 1, or even some Grand Theft Auto games. That's all I want. But you guys, I'm excited for Tears of the Kingdom. I hope you guys get this game too, because as far as an open world goes, it's dope. But Tears of the Kingdom looks like it's taking a huge step up. You know, we have this new building mechanic and stuff, where you can take things, put them together, and create these devices to get around. That looks dope. So I'm down for it. Let's go. Freak that Sheikah Slate, because that arm looks badass and it looks cool. I never liked the Sheikah Slate. It looked like an awkward thing for just Link to pull out. You know, because when you try to use the Sheikah Slate and do combat with it, it was you know, you couldn't really do combat with it when you took out the Sheikah Slate. You had to take out the Sheikah Slate, activate it, then switch back to your weapon. You know, but this arm thing, it feels like, you know, using your arm is going to be seamless when it comes to combat too, which I hope for. But you guys, I want to thank you for watching this video. Tears of the Kingdom, please give me an ending that progresses, not regresses, or just stay stuck at a certain point. Give us an epilogue. Thank y'all for watching. So that peace, love, positivity, and all that jazz. Don't do drugs, like I always say. Deuces!
What did you do?